What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be revisiting the VCT team Capsules, but this time we're going to be focusing on the Ascension teams. For those that don't know, the VCT team Capsules released earlier this year, but some of the teams were left out because they were the most recent Ascension winners. The reason why these specific teams came in later compared to everyone else was because Ascension happened later, so they had to upload their designs to Riot later compared to everyone else. Basically, they were late to the party and they had to upload their designs later. They had to get it confirmed by Riot later, so it just took a little more time with these teams specifically. So the teams that were just added consist of 2G Esports for Americas, Apeks for EMEA, and Boom Esports for Pacific, Nongshim Redforce for Pacific as well, I'll get into that in a bit, and XLG Esports for China. Now, you're probably wondering why the Pacific got two Ascension winners or two Ascension teams involved. You may have noticed that Bleed actually isn't in here anymore. It's because the org went bankrupt. They're actually facing legal issues right now. So they were kicked out of the league, and in their place came Boom Esports, who got second place in Ascension. So what are in these bundles? It's basically like all the other ones, just for the Ascension team. So if I click on 2G, you'll get a classic, a spray, a player card, and a buddy. There were some controversies surrounding the bundles this year because most of them are just classics again, and some of them are reusing some of the assets from last year, like the sprays and the buddies. But with these Ascension teams specifically, they never got a bundle last year because they didn't exist in the league last year. So these bundles might actually be worth it compared to everything else. So which one am I going to buy and show off for you guys? Normally, I go for the home teams, and in this case, it would be 2G. But I'm kind of not over Ascension yet. I really wanted M80 to take the first place spot and ascend to tier 1, but these guys just came out of nowhere, and I don't want to say it was a stomp because it was pretty close, but they did knock them out and it was pretty depressing to watch. Not only that, but they're actually not the greatest. They were pretty awful in kickoff and they were still pretty bad in split 1. I mean, split 1's going on right now and they are still not doing great. So it's just kind of hard to watch. However, Boom Esports, they've got some history in the VCT and they're making a comeback in the Pacific right now. I believe they were one of the first teams to lock in playoffs, which is really good for an Ascension team. And again, like I said before, they have some history with the VCT back in Champions 2022. So I'm going to change it up a bit. Let's go with Boom. So before I forget again, I have to upgrade the gun. And I know most people don't have nearly as much Radiant points as I do. I have like, what, 2,335? I've been saving up from all these battle passes, so I got more than enough. I don't have to worry about that, but you do need them to upgrade them to get the cool effects that I'll show off in a bit. So this is the Boom Classic. Pretty nice. They haven't won anything, not even Ascension or any playoffs or anything like that, so we don't have any like achievements to show, but it's still pretty nice to look at. And then here is the spray. It's pretty black and white. I kind of wish there was some red in it because, you know, this one has some red. But you know what? We'll take it. And then the shooting is basically the same as every other classic in the VCT bundles. Ooh, but look at that. You see that white flash at the muzzle? That's kind of cool. That's something I don't see with the other ones, or at least the ones I own. I also didn't show off the bundles themselves. I just realized that, so let me just show them off real quick. So this is Apeks. People hated this design. I actually really like it. It reminds me of Nickelodeon, if that makes sense. I don't know if that's like an American thing or if everyone else in the world knows what I'm talking about. Ooh, and their buddy is nice too. And then you have Nongshim Redforce. This one should have been the Sentinels bundle. I'm not going to lie. This one does look really nice. Their logo is really nice as well, even though it doesn't say Nongshim. Like, it says Nongshim up here, but it says Redforce down there. I know it's like one and the same, but still, it's a little weird. And that's nice. Ooh, and the red buddy. Again, this is what Sentinels should have done with theirs. And then you got XLG Esports. I'm not the biggest fan of blue, but I guess it's nice. I don't know. If you guys like blue, maybe I'm just underreacting. The spray's nice. This is pretty nice as well. I'd say this is probably the weakest designed in my opinion, but still pretty cool. If you like the team, I think it's worth it. I will say, if you are going to buy any of these bundles and you're not really a fan of any of these teams, go buy some Ascension packs. You'll be supporting tier 2 talent. You'll be supporting teams that may not be here last year. So, you know, give them a little extra love. And they never had a bundle previously, so you can't really complain of, oh, it's the same as last year. Well, they didn't exist last year, so it's not the same as last year. Now, which team specifically, I don't really know. Like I said, I'm going a little different with this one. I would normally buy home teams, but I'm not the biggest fan of the home team right now. Apeks is nice. If you're a fluorescent fan, go get this one. If you've been watching the VCT as long as I have, which is basically since the beginning and even before the VCT was founded, you probably know Boom Esports, so get this as like a souvenir of sorts. Nongshim, I don't really know these guys. I know they were Sin Priza and Nongshim picked them up when they won Ascension, so if you're a fan of Sin Priza, then these guys are your go-tos. And I know absolutely nothing about XLG, but if you're a Chinese fan, then this is the one for you. So that is going to be it for today's video. What are your guys' thoughts on the VCT bundles and more specifically the Ascension bundles? Let me know down in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like, subscribe for more content, and I'll talk to you all later.